Okay, a little overview of the new Fun Cub model. Gosh, pretty stock looking on the outside. I made new landing gear. Well, I bought this landing gear from a Chinese supplier. I don't even know. But it's attached with some embedded hardwood rails in the belly and a second hardwood cap over the top of it. The stock wheels that came with the kit, which are styrofoam, they're not really very springy. The original landing gear was too springy, so I went with this, which is really quite stiff and is already bent once. So I'm thinking about finding some pneumatic tires that are nice and soft and get some springiness in the tires themselves. These are not really tires, these are just foam solid wheels. I don't have the prop data or the motor data in front of me, but it seems to be a pretty decent motor. The empty weight of the airplane with the battery and everything all up is 42 ounces, which this engine and props combination is supposed to put out 47 ounces of thrust, and if that's the case, it seems to fly about that way. It's got enough power to accelerate out of pretty much everything, but it doesn't really take off, and it's not really a rocket. It doesn't really, go straight up. The motor mount. This is an aftermarket motor mount. Original motor mount. It's actually more like a combination firewall in front of the motor, or sometimes called a motor mount. This one's aluminum, and it has lots of holes for cooling. And down here is a big inlet for the speed control to keep that cool. Also, back to the landing gear, I moved the landing gear back a good 1.5 inches or so from the original location, mostly for scale appearance, but also just because it just seemed like it was going to be too tail heavy on the gear. So I moved it back. Also added the wing struts here, which are aluminum, streamlined aluminum, and they're screwed to the bottom with a hinge into a hardwood hard point that I bonded in. The hinge is a nylon, fairly heavy-duty nylon strap aileron hinge with a pin in it, so you can have a little bit of flexibility aligning everything. The upper end is just a screw going into a small hard point bonded into the foam. Okay, I didn't use the stock stickers. I painted the windows and made everything look a little more authentic. Painted the trim. Back here, this is a aftermarket tail wheel and hardwood hard point bonded into the bottom of the fuselage. Some screws and T-nuts holding the tail wheel assembly on, and this is just a carbon fiber, very thin, like 1/16 inch diameter carbon fiber rod that's a good 4 inches long, all the way up to probably about to here. Just stuck in there, and it protrudes through the arm for steering, but that way there's not, if something gets banged up, you're not going to strip the servo, or if the tail wheel gets ripped off, it's not going to tear the rudder off, and so on. So it's just a very flexible link right there. Stock tail wheel that came with the kit, but this assembly is aftermarket. Inside, it's hard to show everything, but this is the receiver, battery. This is a harness to connect the battery up to a arming jack, which I'll show you. Arming jack is mounted right there in the bottom, and that's the speed control. The arming jack is pretty simple. You just take this little device and instead of having a switch, or instead of having to crawl in, reach inside and connect the T-connector and the battery, you can just plug this in. It usually goes real simple. Now it's armed. Big flaps set up on the knob. So you turn the knob, you get exponential or progressive flaps all the way to about 90 degrees. That is a lot, but it's kind of fun. It's a little hard for me right now to fly it with 90 degrees of flaps, but I've seen some pretty cool videos online. People are doing it, doing steep approaches and stuff. So that's my Fun Cub. Try to get some more videos of it, better in-flight videos for you next time. Talk to you later.